Yo, welcome back to another great day. Like you said, another good Sunday. Black Convo.
G baby.
Bastard.
Today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic. Yo, can you believe that California is this liberated state? It's great. You can go there. You smoke weed for free. All types of shit. California, well, not for free, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, you can walk in, they won't fuck
Like
with you and
freely
shit.
smoke weed without getting in trouble.
And I mean, like, it's a liberated state, and it's great. But sometimes freedom goes too far. For example, these people, I don't remember their fucking name.
You call them people?
Scott Wiener, right?
Scott Wiener.
Senator Scott Wiener and Miss Eggman are trying to push a law where if you're 10 years, you're a senior of the person that you assaulted, you won't go on the registry. Now,
Explain the assault. What type of assault?
Sexual.
Sexual assault. If you
And
rape.
then, so basically, like how right now the judge has the discretion of saying if it was a vaginal rape, that depending on the circumstances of the case, they may not have to end up on the registry. But if it was oral or anal, they automatically end up on the registry. So now they're trying to push it where anal or oral would still get the same treatment as the vaginal.
Discriminatory.
Yeah, they're saying it's discriminatory. So basically, well, if I did it anally or orally, I should get the same treatment as someone that did it vaginally and possibly not end up on the registry, so the people living around me would never know that I did this crime.
But then you see their kid and you're lusting after
California,
them.
you're fucking disgusting, man.
Right.
There's a group of lawyers
For
that are
real.
behind this and trying to help push this.
Yeah,
There they
which-
go right there.
Yeah, man. I sit here and look at it, bro. I'm like, yo, nigga, like, we have kids, we have nieces, we have nephews, we have friends who have other kids, but like,
That shit
how
ain't
can
cool
you-
at no
Doesn't
point,
that
man.
make you sit there and wonder, like, you said it's the senator?
Yes.
The senator that's behind this and all of these lawyers that's behind this, does that make y'all not sit back and wonder, like,
But-
is this not something
another-
they're into?
What I
Like,
wanna
what would
ask,
make
too,
them want to do that?
How old are these guys that's doing this? That you feel me saying that's trying to vouch for these laws? How old are they?
They're kind of like our age, though. They're like mid-30s, you know what I mean? And you know the crazy thing
Yeah.
about it is, I just feel like this, maybe they want to give a person a second chance, I guess, because,
Second chance to rape again?
and that's the thing too. You feel me? Because again, I'm not sure what circumstances that this may lie in. You know what I mean? But let's say something did happen and you feel like you didn't do anything or fall,
So-
like, you know what I mean? Certain
So when they
things
say
like
the discretion of the case, it's an example of like statutory rape versus
Right.
regular rape.
Right.
So in that case of if it was vaginal intercourse and it was statutory rape, the judge can turn around and say, well, even though she was a minor and she consented to it,
Right.
and it's against the law, we're not going to have him register. Because technically she consented to this anyway.
Right.
Yeah,
But
it is.
if it was the same scenario, she still consented to either anal or oral, you will automatically end up on that list. And they're trying to change that where that won't happen.
It's crazy.
So basically, hey, I can possibly have anal or oral sex with this minor and never let the people around me know outside of the little bit of time
And
that
you
I
know
might
what's
do.
so crazy, bro? We're not looking at these people as kids, bro. What they are kids. Why we not protecting our kids, bro? Why?
Yeah, because shouldn't that the goal of these bills coming out to be aimed
Don't
for
touch
protecting
these.
kids,
Yeah,
not protecting the
period.
predator?
Period, dog. Like, what?
Like
Look,
you're trying to give the predator more rights to do what?
Look, man,
Have more access.
I
I
Because in a
actually, yo, this is
time
gonna sound crazy.
where we're all talking about sex trafficking.
I want to sit down and talk to one of these
Absolutely.
motherfuckers, like,
Absolutely.
For real. I want to really
Absolutely.
sit down and talk to one
Absolutely.
of these niggas, like, bruh, like,
what do you go through? What is in your mind?
What are you thinking about
Yes.
when you feel like
Yes.
it's okay to do
Yes.
that type of shit?
Do you
like,
think that
for
you'd
real.
actually be able to understand their
No, I won't understand,
logic
but I
and what
just
they
want
try
to
to
hear
explain?
what is he gonna say. What will be his
Reason.
reason? What? Cause me personally, bro, I may be wrong. I feel like they do this shit because they want to feel dominant over somebody.
I think so.
And the only way to feel dominant, you ain't gonna dominate no grown person. You gonna dominate a kid.
But you can pay for shit like that though, bro.
Some of them.
But you're paying for it, and it's not real.
I understand.
Some of them claim to actually be attracted to minors, like in a sexual
How,
way.
my nigga?
I can understand if it was like 16, 17, whatever.
I don't understand that shit either.
No.
It's none of that.
Bro.
You a fucking child, my nigga.
There's certain, understandable.
I got grown man dick.
No one's disagreeing with you, right? But I'm feeling like there's certain times when you walking past, like you go in the store, you walking past and you see these girls and you're wearing certain things, you look back, you're like, and you see how butt back on, you're like, oh shit. You feel me? So that does happen. So I'm not gonna pretend like it doesn't happen, but you're like, yo, they're kids, but at the same time their body don't, you know what I mean? Don't shape like grown ass women. At the end of the day, that don't excuse you making that move and making yourself, you know what I mean, try to raise
And
these
even
kids,
though
you know?
I'm not gonna run
That
up on her and try to
that
touch her, my
control
nigga.
of that impulse is what that issue is. Because
Exactly.
Like you said,
I can
you
look
may
and
not know their age when you
walk
first see
away.
them. We have plenty of cases where there's men who've gotten arrested because they were talking to a girl that they thought was 18.
Right.
Come to find out they were 16 or 17 and they didn't know. So you do have cases where these girls do look older than their age. So I completely understand what you're saying. But it's when you realize they're not the age you thought they were. You realize they are a child, which means they have a child mentality, and you can't say, this isn't for me, this is a child, I am an adult, and I need to walk away.
Yeah, man, bro. California tripping, bro. And I know that they have the, cause remember California is the land of the gay, I don't want to say gay people, but they're very prominent down there, especially in San Francisco. You feel me? Like, that's their state. And there's nothing wrong with whatever, cool, same-sex marriage, all that stuff, is whatever. When it comes to the kids, though, like, well, how can you tell me that my 8-year-old consented this 18-year-old to touch him or something like that? Like, what?
I don't think you should group the two together because I feel like right now you have a lot of predators who are trying to group themselves into the LGBT community and compare it. And that is going to, one, do a very dangerous thing because at the end of the day, you have people like me, I'm bisexual, and that doesn't mean that I approve of someone molesting, raping a minor or any of that because one has nothing to do with the other. So just because it's dominantly LGBT, that should have nothing to do with
You know what's so crazy?
You think so, though? But
they're trying to mix themselves
I'm
in.
about to say
but
something
we're not
about the
sitting
way
back
shit.
saying, oh yeah, come on sex offenders, come join us. Like, no.
a lot of them, how much you want to bet me? A lot of them that is vouching for this shit, though, they are gay.
That may be the case, but it might be a male who's interested in male kids. You're gay, but you're into minors. That has nothing to do with us. We like same sex. We like same sex appropriate age. We're not saying, oh, we like same sex. Age doesn't matter. We're not saying that.
It kind of is. It kind of is. You kind of can because who's to say the kid that he's doing this shit with he's probably gay too. That still doesn't make it right.
Excuse it.
That still don't make it right.
And most of and if it's rape,
they
I'm sorry,
both
but
are
if
a
it's
part
rape,
of the LGBT
but if it's
community. Am I
hard,
right or am I wrong?
If it's rape, we don't know if that kid is gay or not. We just know that this guy who may have been gay and into kids assaulted a minor that was a kid. We don't know if that kid was gay. He don't know if that kid was gay. He just knew that he had an urge that he could not control. He's not sitting there looking for, oh, this kid might be a gay one, so he might enjoy this. They're not thinking about the kid wanting it or enjoying it. They're thinking about their
I feel like that's a slippery slope, right?
But on some real shit, like, how... There's a way, I guess, you're protecting them in the cases, right? And I feel like, I'm not saying it's a civil way to deal with it, right? People want to kill them, want to off them. They want to cut their dicks, castrate them, stuff like that, right?
But they're saying chemically castrate.
I understand that, right? On some real shit, right?
Put them
When
in
it,
jail.
when it comes to these pedophiles, when it comes to these people who think like this, what is the answer? Like, what do you honestly think is the answer? Because obviously not proposing laws to make it okay to touch these kids is okay. No. And
putting them in jail isn't really, like, and I'm not saying that they deserve to be free, so please don't misconstrue what I'm about to say. But putting them in jail isn't really doing anything at this point because
Why not?
Because what happens, you lock them up, you have these set laws in place, right, that we really can't change.
They definitely finna get beat
so
up. Like
they
R.
go
Kelly.
to jail. The judge says, okay, well, you did X, Y, and Z, so you're going to go to jail. But in about 5 or 6 years, you're going to get out again.
Right.
And we're going to hope that you can be productive in society and give you that second chance to possibly rape again.
Okay, check this out.
So it's not doing anything. How many...
It's the way they doing
Hold on.
it, man.
How many rapists have come out
And
repeated a crime and going back in? So
Because-
is jail actually changing it?
Because
Unless they get scared
when
to go
you
back.
when you rape, I feel like when you rape, especially a child, yo, you should have a certain number on your motherfucking, so a nigga know what the first three
Understand.
numbers.
I'm saying
Hold
there
up.
should be a punishment.
Rape, hold on. It should say rape. You feel what I'm saying? And all them niggas who do that shit, you need to go in the cell with Bubba King and let Bubba King deal with you at nighttime. You feel what I'm saying? The real, and you get the real shit. That what I'm no, all fun and jokes aside. These niggas who do this shit, they need to feel what it feel like to be dominated. You feel what I'm saying? So you need to go to jail with niggas who's on that so they could do the same to you that you doing to these fucking kids. On some real nigga shit. Because I guarantee you, they ain't getting fucked in their ass. They the one fucking in the ass.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like the tables need to be turned. And they need to be the one getting that shit. You feel what I'm saying? This is my opinion, guys.
Well, I'm just
You know what I'm
saying, locking them up and then them coming out hasn't really been productive for the ones that are repeat sex offenders.
Come on, man. You don't think
And
if
then-
his butt been
hold on,
traumatized all that time?
on. And then we also have the ones that they're like, oh, well, we're going to get them help. We're going to get them psychiatric help. We're going to figure out what's wrong with them. And a lot of them end up being repeat sex offenders as well. So I kind of understand the aspect of people saying to chemically castrate. Because
They can't fuck you.
exactly.
They
It isn't
they
cutting
hand
it
in their
off.
mouth.
And that's the misunderstanding. People are just, they're not putting in the headlines chemically castrate. They're just putting castrate. And it isn't taking a guy and saying, oh, you don't have one no more. No. They're going to give you certain chemicals that you're not going to be turned on. You can't stand up. You can't. So you can't rape. You physically cannot do it. It isn't possible
And that should be a
anymore.
punishment.
But do you think that's gonna stop? No. A nigga gonna get a
Find a
pole or
way.
some shit and fuck
If
the
they're
shit
a
out of one
repeat
of these
offender,
kids, man.
yes, that should be the punishment.
Bro,
Nah.
y'all let us know what y'all think about this great
I
episode.
think they ass should get terrorized in the jailhouse, man.
Well,
I'm not saying they shouldn't get, that's what I'm saying. I said that in the beginning. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. I'm not saying they shouldn't get locked up and have some type of punishment. But I don't think it stops there. Because that punishment is still producing repeat offenders.
But they might die. They might fuck their ass taken, yo. They inside the Bubba King.
We're
tin
talking
that
about
ass
two
up at
different
night.
things right now.
we gonna keep going. You see, we dropped like 3 videos in a week, nigga. We back. We gonna keep going. Like, share, subscribe.
Hit that notification button down below to get notified every time we release new content like we have been doing. And also go ahead and look at our social media, which we're going to go ahead and link down below so you can get all the info and all the new merch that we're releasing. It grows literally every single day, and the support has been amazing. We appreciate it, but of course we would always love more support. So go ahead and check us out. And again, links are down below. Until next time, we're out.